Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Michelle, and here on my channel I do weekly cash stuffing and budgeting videos. So if that sounds like something you might be interested in, please subscribe so you don't miss when I post a new video. So today we are doing my debt update. It says August because that's the month that I'm actually filming this in, but it's going to be, for you guys, you'll be seeing this in September. But yeah, if you guys are new, we're in a lot of debt, and this is my third update video for you guys. I'm trying to be very consistent with these. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So I have 2 pages of debt here. And the first one is going to be our loans and the second page is our credit cards. So we'll go ahead and start with the loans. So the first one we have is my husband's motorcycle. And so at the beginning of the month, he owed a total balance of $6,807. I am going to be rounding up the change. So if it's like 806 and like 1 penny, I'm going to round it to 07. If that makes sense. I'm not going to deal with like the change. I'm just rounding everything up. And then I ended up making a payment of the motorcycle of $265. And so the last 2 videos that I've done, the last 2 debt trackers, I subtracted the payment from the balance and then did my estimated what I still owe. Because like I don't really I know that there's interest, so I know it's not accurate. However, like I don't know the calculations for the interest, so I just don't bother with it. However, because this is the 3rd time, I was able to kind of guesstimate how much principal is taken out of each of these. And so before I started filming this video, I took a guesstimate of all of them, of like the principal that has been taken out. So for how much I think will most likely be what I still owe on it, which I believe it was like $200 of principal was taken out of my payments. So I'm guesstimating, I don't know the exact amount because the payment hasn't posted and interest hasn't been accrued for the month or whatever. So it's just a guess of owing $6,500 and where are we? $97. So that's my guess of what after the payment goes through and like for next month's balance, that's my guess. Around there. It's obviously not going to be exact. But car payments at the beginning of the month, my balance was $18,489 and I made a payment of $410. And again, I went through and calculated how much of the balance had been taken out on average in the past 2 months. And so I'm guesstimating I'm going to still owe $18,189. So that is my guess. And then my personal loan, we started the month at $15,027. I made a payment of $541. And again, my guess is $14,767 is going to still be owed after interest and everything. So my total loan beginning balance was $40,323. I made a total payment in loans of $816. And if my calculations are correct, which I think they're close, I should still owe $39,553, which is exciting to see that number go down into the 30s. So for the total debt, we will come back to that after we do credit cards. So this is the one that we are really trying to tackle. I have them listed from lowest to highest. So the lowest credit card we have right now is my husband's Amazon card, his Chase card. And our statement balance at the beginning of this month is $1,521. So I did have this one down to like $800 and I was going to have it completely paid off this month. However, so it was down to like $860, so almost $900. for the balance for this month. And then my husband bought a plane ticket for his oldest son. So if you guys are new, he has 4 kids with his ex-wife. Their mom lives in Canada, like 3,000 miles away. So he came down in May, and he decided he wants to live here with us. And so my husband bought him a plane ticket, a round trip ticket. So he's going to fly back to Canada and pack up the stuff that he wants to keep here, and then fly back. So we did, and it was like $900 for that ticket. So we did add that. And then I bought a couch because our couch is falling apart. However, it never showed up. I bought it on Amazon and it never showed up. So I did get a refund for that. So after all of that, so all of those have posted. So like I already got my refund and his plane ticket already posted. So now this is the balance that we have. And I, this month, am so grateful. I'm able to make a payment of $1,521. So this card is paid off. So we are done with this one. We are going to put money back on here because when we move into our house, hopefully this month, maybe next month, I don't know what the timeline is on that. I've talked about that in previous videos this month. It's only August 6th as I'm filming this, so I don't have any other information on that house. You guys can watch my budget with me's where I explain more about that. But the kitchen is going to be like almost unusable for a family of our size. So I do have to add some storage to the kitchen, and just storage in general. So I'm going to have to buy like some furniture pieces on Amazon. And so I'm planning on spending about $1,000 in the next month or so on this Amazon card. So it is going to go back up. But as of right now, it is paid off. And I hope to keep it that way until I have to use it and then pay it off again. But the next one we have is my Discover card. And that is, the starting balance was $7,835. And I was able to make a payment of $660. The minimum payment was like $150. And so, yeah, so the minimum payment was $150 and I was able to put extra to this. So my estimated payoff, again, I kind of just like, I took, because I make minimum payments on all of these anyway, I took just like a guess for, I'm going to owe $7,175 left on that. Again, I don't know interest payments, so like I know that they're there. I know that it's a lot, so I'm just guessing. But the next one, the next highest card is my Amazon card, my Chase card. And I owe $9,606. And I did only do a minimum payment on this one this month of $315. And so we still approximately owe, oh wait, no, I messed this up. 96, not 06. I was checking my previous like balances, and with the minimum payment, I don't get very much principal paid at all, like at all. And so I'm assuming it's going to be $9,606. That's where I got that. So 96, and then basically all of it goes to interest, which is insane. But like obviously that balance is high, the interest is high. So we just need to get these done. City card is the next highest one, and that one I owe $9,810, and I made another minimum payment of $340. And so now we again don't pay very much towards principal at all according to my calculations. And I'm going to approximately owe about $9,750 left on that card. So I wish I could subtract all $340 from there, but realistically, that is probably what I'm going to still owe. Okay, so next, moving on to the highest card that we have, which is my husband's bank card. And he owes $22,408,000. And we made a payment of $700. So for this card specifically, the minimum payment is like $640, $650. However, I do a $700 payment every single month just because this card is so high and we just need to get some principal down. But I guesstimated that we are going to still owe about $22,158. So yeah, the beginning balance for all of our credit cards this month was $51,270. The total we paid out towards credit cards this month was $3,536. So if you guys watch any of my cash stuffing videos, you would know I'm a server and I use all of my cash tips for my bills, my debts. So I was able to do $3,500 towards credit cards this month because of my cash tips, but also 2 years ago when my husband opened his business, I took out $10,000 from my high yield savings account and I gave it to them so they could start up their business. And then they have been paying me back $500 a month for that. So I'm still getting that $500 a month payment, and I take that and I throw that at debt. Also, I bought my stepson a motorcycle with some of my savings challenge money. And so he pays me $250 every single month, and I throw that at debt. And then my husband teaches CCW classes, and every once in a while he'll just because he's the one teaching the class, it's their company. Like most of the time he puts the money in the company, but every once in a while he'll take some home for profit. So he took home $100 for that this month. And so I was able to have, that came out to an extra $850 that I was able to throw out credit cards on top of my cash tips. So that was really exciting. I'm super happy and grateful to be able to do that. We still have a lot of debt to go, but our total estimated ending balance is about $48,689, but that's just credit cards. So our total debt came out to be, where are we? So our total debt starting balance was $91,593. And then we put a payment towards debt of $4,352. And our total approximately ending balance is about $88,242. So this is all of the debt that we have minus our mortgage. So if you guys are new, we own a home in California. 2 years ago, we moved to Nevada so my husband can open up a business. And we love it here. We're happy here. We're going to stay here. And our house, we are renting out to our nephews. And we are working on selling it. And originally, we were just going to sell it to literally anyone who wanted to buy it. But I think are going to be selling it to my nephew. So he is now working with our real estate agent. So we don't really have a middleman. She's working with both of us, and we're working on getting him able to buy the house. The last I heard, I think it was 2 days ago, my husband said that his stepdad is going to co-sign for him because he doesn't have a lot of credit. He's still pretty young. This would be his first big purchase. He was in the Navy, so he does get a VA loan, which is nice, but he still needs a co-signer. So his stepdad is going to co-sign for him. And last I heard 2 days ago, all of his paperwork was done. So I think we're moving forward with that, and that will be amazing. We are planning on selling the house. I think we agreed to him up to sell for $375. So that should pay off the majority of our debt. We owe about $260,000 left on the house. So obviously we have to pay fees. So I'm assuming we'll profit between $70,000 to $90,000. I don't know exactly how much we're going to sell it to him for. I don't know exactly how much we're going to have to pay in fees and all that. So between $70,000 and $90,000 we will profit, which should pay off the majority, if not all, of our debt. So I'm trying to get this debt as low as possible before that. So maybe we can have a little bit of money to throw at savings. But yeah, hopefully in the next couple months we can get this completely paid off. It's all depending on if we can sell the house or not. But yeah, that's where we're at right now, and that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe if you have not already. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.